I am Sascha Ellis, and I'm the manager of Youth Hub programs. So I look after all the different programs running in the Youth Hub. So that's Connections, Emergency Housing, Stay Transitional Units, Home Base, our drop-in center, and our kitchen that serves meals to all the youth that come and visit the center. The hub model is really the embodiment of wraparound services. And so a lot of time in the field we talk about wrapping youth around in services and serving them as a holistic being, and that's what this space is really set up to do. So we have 3 unique program spaces that I spoke about earlier. Our home-based drop-in center, which has a multitude of services. We have education provided by YRDSB through the iGrad program, recreation through our gym and pool table, music studio, tons of different games and activities that our staff run. We have life skill programming, so that runs for everything from guys and girls groups to budgeting, chores, how to take care of, living independently. We have opportunities for food security through our food pantry and meal programs, clothing and toiletry items in our wardrobe, and then we have tons of different service partners that come in as well and help serve the youth. Everything from employment, mental health, addictions, and then a lot of our in-house services like our counseling, outreach, employment services are all housed within this building as well. So this is a question I get a lot, and I'm very clear with people that there's no one type of client that we serve. Every youth we meet is unique and we treat them that way, because that really is how we get down to the bottom of things and work with youth in that holistic manner. So we really meet a multitude of youth because York Region is so diverse, both culturally and just geographically, and so we see a lot of different youth. Really, we're set up to serve 2 different type of youth. Youth who are at risk of homelessness, so that could be there's family breakdown happening, challenges with being able to pay rent, mental health, addictions, all these different pieces, and then youth that are currently homeless. And again, that takes many different forms in York Region. That might be couch surfing, staying at Tim Hortons for the night, sleeping in a bank vestibule, or living in emergency housing that ourselves and other service providers provide within the region. There's no average day. Really, each day is different, and that's why I love this field, right? Is that I get to use a bit of that improvisation skill that I got from loving drama as a kid and being able to think on your toes and use what we have to make something work. But really, the day is usually a slower start. A lot of our youth, like I said, may be staying outdoors, etc. And so this is when the sun comes up is really more of a safer time that they can sleep. So again, it's waking everybody up in Connections. Again, getting that schedule of life started, right? Letting them know that 9 o'clock is a healthy time to be up and out, working on what you need to be working on. Youth can then go into the drop-in center and connect with all those different services, right? If that's having a counseling session with May, our counselor, working with their employment team to find a job or sustain that job, going into the kitchen as part of our Every Bite Matters program. It's getting them activated and moving right away. I think the most rewarding part for me is the small victories, right? Just seeing those little changes that youth make throughout their lives and their time with us, and being able to celebrate those with them. Knowing those youth that maybe turn to physical violence when they're frustrated with others, and you see them clench their fist when they're talking to someone and then let that go, and going up to them afterwards and saying, I saw that was amazing, I'm really proud of you. Getting to celebrate those little victories and showing them there's individuals in the community that care about them and want to see them grow. The other rewarding part is, again, getting to be part of a shift in mentality, right? What we're doing here at the Youth Hub is different than a lot of different other services. The old model was you'd be kicked out of the emergency housing at 9 a.m., given a bus ticket and some directions and said, figure it out yourself. Here again, youth get up, move over to the drop-in center, are wrapped around in support. There's people and individuals there working with them closely to help them again move forward and really grow in all aspects of their life. And so I get to see that and have some of those youth come back and let us know that, having that voice in their ear every day, letting them know that someone cares, that this needs to get done, but we're here to support you, has really helped them move forward and own their lives. I think it's a lesson that's really turned into the framework of how I work. And that's, experience is what you get when you don't get what you wanted. It's okay to fall on our faces sometimes. And I think that's really a big lesson I've learned here, is that sometimes it takes throwing things against the wall to figure out what works. And so it's knowing that, this didn't work, but what did we learn from that? And how can we integrate that into version 1.2, 1.3? Being open to those suggestions from all parties involved that experience that, and saying, okay, how do we grow from this? Rather than saying, we lost here, that's it, let's cut it off. So I think, again, it's that experience gained from loss.